Welcome to the Truth Unfiltered USA.
Why young people think capitalism failed, and what's really going on. A viewer recently left a comment that really stuck with me. She said, if socialism isn't the answer, then what is? Because capitalism is what made life unaffordable, the insane rent, the healthcare bills, the impossible housing prices. Honestly, I get where she's coming from. If you're a young adult right now, you've basically been handed a broken deal. You work, you hustle, you can't save, and everything still costs more every year. It's not crazy to ask, if this is capitalism, why does it feel so impossible to get ahead? I'll start by saying people aren't crazy or lazy. They're frustrated and hopeless. You look around and see billionaires doubling their wealth while regular people can't even afford a starter home. You see rent going up faster than paychecks. You see healthcare, where one visit can wipe out your entire life savings. And every election, both parties promise change, but the same people keep getting rich, and the same people keep getting squeezed. So it's completely understandable why younger generations are flirting with socialism. It feels like capitalism betrayed them. But here's the truth most people don't realize. What we're living under right now isn't actually capitalism. Real capitalism means freedom, competition, and opportunity. You build something, take risks, offer value, and you get rewarded for it. That's what built America's middle class in the first place. But what we have now is something different. It's called crony capitalism. That's when big corporations and politicians work together to protect each other's interests. It's when laws, bailouts, and loopholes are written by people who already have money and power. Think of it like this. Real capitalism is playing a fair game of basketball. Crony capitalism is when one team owns the referees. That's the system we have today. And that's why people are justifiably angry. Let's break down a few examples, because this stuff isn't random. 1. Housing. We keep hearing, build more homes, but local governments and corporate developers make that almost impossible. Zoning laws, construction permits, and corporate monopolies lock regular people out. In many cities, investment firms are buying up single-family homes just to rent them back to you at triple the cost. That's not a free market, that's rigged. 2. Healthcare. People call America's system capitalist healthcare, but it's not. It's one of the most government-regulated and lobby-controlled markets in the country. Hospitals, insurance companies, and pharmaceutical giants have massive political power. They block competition, inflate prices, and hide costs behind layers of bureaucracy. That's why the same pill costs $5 in another country and $150 here. 3. Education. College used to be affordable. Then the government guaranteed student loans. Suddenly, universities realized they could raise tuition endlessly because the loans were always backed by taxpayers. The result? $1.7 trillion in student debt, and degrees that don't pay enough to cover it. 4. Inflation. Every time the government prints trillions of dollars, the value of your money goes down. It's basic math. But those at the top, banks, hedge funds, and the politically connected, get that new money first before prices rise. By the time it reaches you, your paycheck buys less. So when people say capitalism failed, they're actually describing the effects of government intervention, monopoly power, and corruption, not the failure of a truly free market. Here's where socialism starts to sound attractive, especially to young people. Because socialism promises fairness. It says, we'll make things equal, we'll make it affordable, we'll make it fair. But here's the catch. Socialism doesn't fix corruption. It centralizes it. When you give the government full control of the economy, you're not removing greed. You're just putting it all in one place and calling it the state. And history shows what happens next. The Soviet Union collapsed under shortages and repression. Venezuela went from one of the richest countries in Latin America to starvation. Cuba, North Korea, Mao's China all promised equality, but ended up with poverty and fear. Every time socialism takes power, the people lose freedom, and the elites at the top stay rich. So if socialism isn't the answer, what is? We need to rebuild honest capitalism. That means stop corporate welfare. No more bailouts for billion-dollar companies that make bad decisions. If you fail, you fail. Break up monopolies. Let small businesses actually compete again. Simplify taxes. A system that favors the rich and powerful keeps everyone else trapped. And endless money printing. Inflation is the invisible tax on working people. Encourage ownership. Home ownership, small business ownership, investment. That's what builds a middle class. Get government out of industries it shouldn't control. The more centralized power is, the more corruption spreads. Imagine if instead of bailing out big banks, we invested in small businesses, innovation, and job creation. Imagine if competition, not lobbying, decided who succeeds. That's not a fantasy. That's what real capitalism looks like. Look, I get that for many young people, capitalism feels like a dirty word. Because what they've seen is not freedom, it's frustration. But don't let that frustration drive you toward a system that takes away your voice and your choices. The real problem isn't that people are greedy. It's that power has been concentrated in both big government and big corporations, and the regular person has no seat at the table. The solution isn't to hand them more power. It's to take it back. So to that viewer who asked, if socialism isn't the answer, what is? Here it is. The answer is freedom with fairness. A system where people are rewarded for hard work, not political connections. A system where government protects your rights, not your wallet. We don't need to destroy capitalism. We need to clean it up and make it honest again. It's not capitalism that failed. It's corruption pretending to be capitalism. Socialism doesn't end greed. It gives it power. Fix the system. Keep your freedom.